Greetings with love and light from the Creator to all you beautiful souls. And welcome back to Illuminated Vibe podcast, the Change Your Life with Words series. Hi, I'm Shema.
And I'm Mina. Today we're diving into a word that's all about connection, and that is compassion.
Compassion is often misunderstood. It's commonly known as feeling sorry for someone or being an empath, where you're meant to experience their pain. But compassion is so much more than that. True compassion is about holding space for someone's intrinsic value, their worth, and their potential for success, even if they can't see it for themselves. It's not about where they are right now, but about who they could become. At its core, compassion is the ability to see others for who they truly are, embracing them without judgment, and at the same time, being able to stay grounded and calm regardless of the situation.
Exactly. We're not asking you to ignore others. Be respectful, kind, and offer help if you can, or point them to someone who can help them. Just by noticing when someone is in trouble can inspire you to be of value. However, we are asking you to first take care of your own energy so that you can always offer something meaningful in any situation. Remember, you can't pour from an empty glass. True compassion goes beyond just feeling sorry or being overly emotional. It's about recognizing the person's true essence and offering love and understanding without letting the situation change your own energy or mindset. It's a deep, non-judgmental awareness and a balanced, peaceful presence. It's not just about absorbing their pain, but about offering support while maintaining your own sense of calm. It's not your job nor your responsibility to save them. The outcome is theirs to own. And spoiler alert, it's not just about others. Compassion for yourself is just as important.
Let's talk about self-compassion. How often do we beat ourselves up for things that we would forgive in a heartbeat if someone else did them to us?
So true. Self-compassion is about treating yourself like you'd treat your best friend, if not more or even better. Compassion is free of judgment. When we say this is terrible or this is bad, we are making a judgment. Even thoughts like I should have done more or why am I so lucky? They're forms of judgment. Compassion invites us to let go of these judgments, allowing ourselves to return to a state of flow. In this space, we can truly hold ourselves with kindness, without criticism, and extend that same compassion to others. It's about embracing what is without labeling it as right or wrong, and being gentle with ourselves and the world around us. When we approach life with compassion, we see ourselves and people in a whole new way, and it's less about judgment and criticism and more about understanding.
Life is a game, and at some point, we've all stumbled and messed things up, have some regrets, and left some goals unfinished. In this very moment, no matter where you stand, how will you treat yourself? Will you treat yourself with self-criticism, judgment, or with self-compassion? Your response will reveal whether you're free to build a fulfilling future or bound to recreate the past.
Do you recognize the huge difference between the energy of self-judgment and criticism versus the energy of compassion and self-compassion? Self-judgment drains your power, it stifles your creativity, and it diminishes your self-worth. When you focus on past mistakes and dwell on them, you get trapped in regret and dissatisfaction. But how do you break free and reclaim your power? By choosing self-compassion. So in contrast, self-compassion restores your strength, it reconnects you with yourself, and nurtures your inner peace. Self-compassion gives you back your power. It brings you back into full connection with yourself. When you're giving yourself some love and self-compassion, you are breaking free and reclaiming your power. Simply put, the life you create through self-judgment is vastly different from the one shaped by self-compassion. This simple yet powerful shift releases you from negative energy and empowers you to step boldly into a brighter future.
Self-compassion is key to positive attraction. Here are 3 steps to shift you from self-criticism and judgment into the attractive energy of self-compassion. These steps are taken from Christy Whitman's teaching. Step 1. Be mindful and aware of the words you use, especially in your self-talk. Remember what we said about words? Words hold vibrations and meanings, and when taking the aligned action, it will open doors and opportunities. Words have amazing creative power. The words you speak whether aloud or silently, will either create more lack, limitation in your life, or create abundance and things that you truly desire. Let's take a powerful step today and make the decision to become responsible for the words and thoughts we dwell in, since they do directly influence what we attract and create into our lives. Do not allow negative thoughts to take space in your mind. If you catch yourself in the middle of a cycle of self-criticism or judgment, start to practice self-compassion. Use your words to express your appreciation and trust that everything is working out for you. Remind yourself that all is well, even if it doesn't seem like it. It is well. Be selective about the words you speak and the thoughts you entertain. When you shift your language to a more positive language, a compassionate language, you will begin to feel differently and start creating and attracting the life that you truly want.
Step 2, focus on the silver lining. Focus on the gifts and the blessings of your so-called mistakes. Remember what we said last month. No experience is without its silver lining. There's always a silver lining in every situation, event, or circumstance. Every life experience has something valuable to offer, whether it be a lesson or a potential way of serving you in one way or another. Even in the most challenging moments, there is a blessing in disguise, a silver lining in every experience, even the ones that feel unwanted. You just have to be open to seeing them. For example, instead of resenting your electricity bill, appreciate the fact that you have electricity when you need it. Rather than feeling regret for gaining a few pounds, you could feel grateful that you are being provided for. You don't need to beat yourself up over a relationship that didn't work out. You could instead focus on the clarity and the strength that you've gained from it. By shifting your perspective to recognize the silver linings and gifts in every situation, you'll find it easier to practice self-compassion no matter the challenge.
And step 3, put the new you into action. Identify the ways you feel that you have grown as a result of your so-called mistakes. How have these experiences shaped you? In what ways are you now different from the person you once were? Focus on the qualities or the personality traits that are now more present in you. Are you now stronger and more resilient? Do you have more clarity? When you start to recognize the silver lining, the blessings, the gift in your so-called mistakes, you will shift from self-criticism to self-compassion. Now that you have identified these qualities that have grown stronger within you, ask yourself, how can you put these traits into action? For example, if you've become more resilient, how can you continue to practice and celebrate that resilience? By taking aligned actions, you not only celebrate your life, but you also quiet the voices of self-judgment and strengthening your self-compassion in the process.
It has been said that compassion and forgiveness are practices that need to be cultivated, just like training a muscle. These practices can be strengthened by noticing and checking in with yourself, and then consciously channeling your energy into what serves you. So practice compassion, both for yourself and others. Start by giving yourself some love when things don't go perfectly.
Small acts of compassion, starting with yourself, will ripple out in big ways. When you treat yourself with kindness, it naturally extends to others. Let's cultivate a more compassionate world, starting from within. Thank you for hanging out with us on Illuminated Vibe podcast.
If you got a lot of value out of this episode, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Subscribe to the channel and tune into our next Change Your Life with Words series, episode 4, where we focus on the word acceptance. Remember, the more you have and give compassion, the more flow you get. Until next time, stay compassionate and keep your vibe high.